Game week's finally here. Excited about it. You know, probably always one of the biggest challenges last week when you start school and you don't have a game. But I was really happy with the way our guys came out and practiced last week. I thought we practiced hard. I thought we practiced with good effort and really tried to focus on our position and get better. So I was happy about that. Obviously playing Purdue, I know a lot of those coaches on the staff. Jeff worked for me for a number of years. Most all of them were at my daughter's wedding this summer. But this is not a game about the coaching staffs. This game's about our players. We need to do a good job of getting our players ready to play, and they need to go out on the field and perform the way we're capable of performing. So I think that's what we have to focus on, is having a great week of practice and really getting ready to go out there and perform well. We did have a scrimmage last Friday night. I thought it went well. It's kind of what we call a mock game, where you scrimmage, but you also hit all the things that come up during a game with the special teams. And our players did a good job preparing for that. We didn't have any substitution mistakes. I thought we executed very well. The one thing we've really been trying to do defensively is play the good principles of defense. Do a good job with that, and I thought we did that. We shed blocks, we ran full speed to the ball, we tackled well, and we created some turnovers. So it was good to see. I think it was the best scrimmage we've had defensively. I thought they were very focused and played extremely fast, and I thought our defensive linemen did a good job on really controlling the line of scrimmage with our one defense. As far as the offense goes, I like where we're at there. I think our offensive line is going to be a lot better. I really think we have some good weapons around Lamar that we can use. Jalen Smith and Seth Dawkins have had really good fall camp. Both of them are catching the ball well and getting open, and we're able to do different things with them. All our running backs are doing a good job. In the three areas that they need to do, number one is protect the quarterback, two is run with the ball, and then three is catch it out of the backfield. And I've got great confidence in all three of them that they've been doing that. I think the tight end, we're basically going into the game saying we're going to play two with Charles Stanberry and Mickey Crum. Although we'll have the other guys ready to go, but it won't be something where we feel like we'll rotate them in. It's just in certain situations they need to be ready to get in the game and make plays. But and Charles has done a really nice job, and Mickey's done a nice job. We need to keep them both fresh. They're both better players when they're fresh, and they can concentrate and do their job. I'm excited to see how we'll be on special teams. I feel like we're fast, and our cover team should be really good. We've got some elite returners. The number one thing we've got to do is do a good job of blocking for them. On punt return, we've got to give Jair room to catch the ball and make something happen in the first 7 to 8 yards. Then he's going to have a chance to make some big plays for us. And on kickoff return, we've just got to make sure we get them started and sustain our blocks. That's always the hardest thing about kickoff return, is sustaining your blocks. The one thing they always worry about now is how many opportunities you get to return kickoffs and how much time you spend on it. Because there are a lot of balls kicked into the end zone, particularly when you play inside. So that could be something that happens here. But I do like what we've been doing. I like the way our guys are blocking it, and I like our returners, how they hit it full speed and make cuts. So our specialists should do a good job. Blanton's had a really nice camp. He's come back stronger. I knew he would with the off season and the flexibility that he worked on. I feel like he can, anywhere 51 yards in, that he's going to have a great chance to put 3 points on the board. Last year it was at 46 yards where we felt comfortable. So he's done a really nice job of improving that. Mason King obviously had a great year last year for us. I think he's, more consistent in practice right now. So hopefully he comes up and continues with that. We'll have a true freshman long snapper, Mitch Hall, but he's very good at it. He's got a lot of confidence, does a nice job. Our times have been very good, so looking forward to that. But with that, I'll just open up for questions.
Bobby, as the game has gotten faster, how much have you had to adjust your thinking about substitution?
Substitution is something when you're on defense and the offense is moving and trying to keep pace, you have to pick your spots. How soon can you get somebody in, or do they change personnel groups? And if they change personnel groups, then you get the opportunity to do it. But you have to work on it and be ready for it. I think we'll have some challenges this year on teams that really like to go fast. Purdue will do no huddle, but they're not like the fast tempo you'd say of a Syracuse or even North Carolina, which would be our second game. We've practiced that through camp, tried to work on it, but it's never the same as in a game. When you're practicing in camp, you have like two different groups of receivers out there, and you just run them in and go probably even harder in practice than it really is in a game.
Has your thinking evolved on that score in recent years?
Say that again?
Has your thinking about how to manage a higher pace changed or evolved in recent years?
It's just what football is now, so you've had to adapt with it.
Bobby, you obviously know the system, a new system there at Purdue with Jeff being there. What about offensively, kind of do you expect, and what talent-wise, what have you seen on film from
Purdue? I think the biggest question right now is what quarterback we're going to see. All three of them played in the spring game, so we've been able to see that. We've tried to practice on what this guy did, what this guy did. I know their starter was back yesterday and practiced. I think he has a really good release and a strong arm. He threw a lot of interceptions a year ago, but this is a different system for him. So, just to see how much practice he is and how healthy he is. They've got one quarterback that's a really good runner, really good athlete. You see him on video from the spring game playing quarterback, and then 2 plays later he's at receiver. So obviously he's got great running ability and can do a lot of different things. And then they got a big drop back style guy that, so we got different things that we have to prepare for depending on who the quarterback is.
When you rotate your 3 running backs, how do you approach that?
Yeah, it's something where you want one guy to get hot, let him get a lot of runs and catches and have a great game. The one thing that you do know about running backs is that they're the guys that take most of the hits throughout the year. So you have to have guys that are ready to play. And, when one guy's not full speed one week, the next guy needs to step up. Jeremy Smith has really came on in the last couple of weeks of practice. So I feel great about that. I think he's back to full speed. He had some really good runs the other night, broke tackles. And he was doing a really nice job for us a year ago. Reggie's doing a good job. And Malik Williams has had an outstanding camp. And he's caught the ball really well. So we're going to need all 3 of them. But you try to see who's hot and feed them the ball.
Bobby, there seems, since the beginning of fall camp, it seems like you've been pleased with the progress of this team. How much of it, though, do you need to see how they execute in a game format?
Yeah, that's always the carryover. See how we carry over and go. I think the thing that we got going for us is we are a pretty experienced team. When you look at having 3 guys on the offensive line that have been here for 3 years, and 2 of them started every game, and another one started, half the games. So that's good carryover there. Both tight ends have been in the system. Our skill guys have been in the system. We've got a starting quarterback coming back, so all that, really helps. And defensively, our front 4 guys have all played and had great production in games for us. Stacy Thomas in there. We'll have a new guy next to him. Dorian's been very mature, and he's very smart. He picks up things really well. He understands what we're trying to do. And then the back end, we got experience too. So, you rely on your experience and guys that have been in big games and produced in big games.
Bobby, what do you worry about before season? What are the things that make you stay up at night?
You worry about everything. I'm waking up in the middle of the night last night thinking about the things we got to get done here. You worry about whether you practice covering on a long field goal. know, so they don't put someone back there and returning it against you. We're not working on the return after a long field goal. You know, you're an onside teams, your hands teams, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to worry about, Fred, but, you know, basically we gotta just trust the system, you know, understand and believe in what we do as coaches and, you know, get our players ready to go play.
How much of this is not knowing what they're going to do under the lights? And some you do, but it's
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the advantage of having the vets, the experience coming back is, you know, we kind of know what a lot of them are going to do. And then there'll be some that, you know, you always worry about true freshmen that we're going to throw out there hyperventilating the first series, you know, and getting very, very tired that first series because, you know, there's going to be anxiety and so they've got to be able to stay calm and, you know, get some help from their buddies and just go out and play the game and not, you know, wear themselves out by breathing too fast. So we need to make sure those young guys are calm and ready to go. But, you know, other than that, I think we've got a veteran team and I think that helps us.